Mike is a media company focused on news for a generation known as the Millennials. The company reaches 19 million unique monthly visitors and has a higher composition of 18 to 34-year-old readers than any other millennial-focused news site, including BuzzFeed and Vice. Mike received early attention for its on-the-ground coverage during the revolution in Tunisia, and The Hollywood Reporter remarks that Mike features stories that intelligently cover serious issues important to young people. History. Polysemic was founded in 2011 by Chris Altchek and Jake Horowitz, two high school friends from New York. Since then, they have raised $15 million from investors, including Jim Clark, the founder of Netscape, who said that Altchek and Horowitz remind me of my younger self. Other investors include Lightspeed Venture Partners, Lyra Ventures, Advanced Capital, Red Swan Ventures, and the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation. In 2014, Polysemic announced they would rebrand their organization to target millennials, and renamed themselves as Mike. The company will not disclose its valuation. According to the New York Observer, Mike currently does not make a profit and is in the increasingly rare habit of actually paying each one of its writers, editors and contributors. Content. Mike features 8 different sections: news, policy, world, arts, music, science, connections, and identities. Forbes wrote that Mike is closer than any of its competitors to finding the promised land for new media companies, a middle ground between deeply reported stories and listicles. In 2015, Mike launched MitCheck, an iPhone app with a curated stream of stories from both Mike and other news sites. Mix News director Jared Keller was fired in February 2015 after Gawker found various levels of plagiarism in 20 different passages of his work. People. Contributors to the site have included Senator Rand Paul, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice, and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. In December 2013, the White House worked with Mike on what was called an open mic competition to make healthcare work for our generation. Advisors to the company include David Shipley, executive editor of Bloomberg View and former op-ed editor at The New York Times, and Jacob Lewis, the former managing editor of The New Yorker. Revenue. Mike generates revenue through advertising known as branded content. Digiday reported in November 2014 that brands like Microsoft, Cole Haan, Cadillac and most recently GE have all tapped Mike in the last few months in the hopes of using its millennial expertise to reach the site's audience of educated 20-somethings.